make all the difference.
Now, Hardeep, do you notice why? Because you were editing Byline Times, all this, and we've been writing these stories for 3 years about corruption. Why? What do you think made this sea change with the public? I mean, we'll see later in the programme when they will start saying Boris Johnson is
on the media,
because it all comes out. Why did it take so long? Or were we just impatient and we just do too much?
Because the media in this country is corrupted, and they pick and choose what they want to report on in the public interest. So Partygate, because it was something people could relate to, was something they went big on, which I applaud them for. But before Partygate, there were hundreds of thousands of people who have died in this country. You know, people moved from it's so upsetting, care homes and hospitals up tests, and there's all sorts of things were going on, and they were all scandals, and the media picks and chooses what it wants to report on.
Yeah.
And that is one of the biggest sources of the corrupted system, because it's the opposite of what journalism should be. And I think the sea change was Johnson finally couldn't hide, usually his mates in the media, protect him. And I don't think that could happen anymore. But I'm very worried by that, because to me that doesn't necessarily, it's not a sign of a healthy media. It's a sign of a media that has compromised itself. You know, there are all kinds of things will come onto her about Liz Truss. There's open secret in Westminster and Fleet Street that there are things about her that have never been reported, which are arguably in the public interest. It is an open secret. And I think all of these notions of what Britain is, such a great country, the mother of parliaments, you know, it's a lie. And it's too big to even confront. And it saddens me to the point where I'm exhausted of having to say these things, as I'm sure you are, Dawn, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference.
Well, I disagree. It begins to make a difference. Would you agree with that analysis, Norma, especially about the media? And we see it, by the way, partly I don't mean to bring it in, it's later in the year, but watching some of that Harry and Meghan documentary, I mean, Byline Investigates has done a lot of work on sort of the legal cases